So you have a fender bender. Of course, it's the other guy's fault, and the next day and next starts to really hurt you. What do you do? Who do you see? What are your rights? Tonight, personal injury, and more specifically, everything you wanted to know about being involved in a car accident but didn't have anybody to ask. I'm Rolf Felder, and this is Metro Law, the only show on television that gives you free legal advice. And all you have to do to get this advice and become part of our show is to call us toll-free at 1-877-MSG-METRO. You really never know how serious a car accident might be for days, for weeks, sometimes months afterwards. My experts tonight are Attorney Jeffrey Shapiro from Jeffrey Shapiro & Associates, located here in Manhattan. Amos Guerin, a partner with the law firm of Starr, Guerin, Davison, and Rubin from Roseland, New Jersey. And James Wu, an old friend of ours from Kuskoff Beater in Danbury, Connecticut. Welcome, fellas.
Evening.
Let's talk about a hit in the rear, what lawyers call a hit in the rear. Jeffrey, what kind of information do you need in New York if you're the victim of a hit in the rear, which means another car bumping into you in back?
Well, you want to find out the identity of the driver and the owner of the car that hit you, which means you'd like to get the plate number of the car. You want to find out who the owner of the car is, and you want to have the name and the address of the driver.
Do you always have to report it to the police?
I would say that it's very important that you do report it to the police. And in fact, my experience is that in recent months, a lot of police are not allowing you to come to the precinct to report it. They want to come to the scene of the accident to make it an official report. And this is particularly important if it turns out that the other car is not insured. It must be reported to the police within 24 hours in order to be able to have other remedies.
In New York, they have a form called MV-104. Every first-year lawyer knows this. And this is what it looks like. And there's diagrams on there, too. Mm-hmm. Now, who should fill this out? Your lawyer or yourself?
I would certainly prefer to fill it out on behalf of my clients because it requires you not only to put down information about you and the other car, but you have to describe how the accident took place, and you have to circle certain diagrams. And depending upon the description that you put in there, it could come back to haunt you later. So if there's any chance of a lawyer, you should get a lawyer to do it.
Yeah, but let's talk about this haunting you. You're required to fill out the form.
Right.
But let's say you're a miserable driver, and maybe drunk besides, and you hit another car. What on earth do you put down? You can't put down, I was drunk and I hit another car?
As little as possible under those circumstances. And also probably the police are going to be there, and they're going to create a description in their police report about the accident.
If I report this, aren't they going to raise my rates in life and for the car insurance?
You have an obligation under your policy to report an accident to your company right away. If you don't provide them with knowledge of it and you are later sued, it might give them grounds to disclaim, which you don't want under any circumstances. So by all means, report it to your insurance company immediately.
Your main address is in New York City or Newark or Danbury somewhere, and you have a country home out on Long Island somewhere. Now, the rates may be half out of Long Island, so the people have a tendency to say, well, let's say I live out in East Hampton, and so what? It's a 2.5-hour drive to get to New York City every day. What happens if there's an accident?
They're very savvy. They're going to send out an investigator to find out why your car was in an accident in Brooklyn when you're claiming you're living in East Hampton.
And they may disclaim under the
Absolutely.
policy. If you've been in a car accident or headed to court, call us for free legal advice, toll-free at 1-877-MSG-METRO. When we come back, we'll speak to a man who had to go to court of what appeared to be a simple fender bender. See what happens. Stay tuned.